in light of our United States trying to incentivize more children and just talking about families and how children impact men and women. Like you just said something really brilliant.
As a man, if you wanted to see all the labor that women were holding, you
Yes.
could.
Yes.
But there's no incentive to.
Yeah. The way we structure society de-incentivizes men to really pay attention
yes.
to what this means.
Exactly. Like you can almost continue to live your life the same way you were living it before kids.
Yeah. Yeah.
If I care about you and you're saying this is very hard, my default response to somebody I love shouldn't be, well, you're just doing too much. My default response would be like, tell me more. Like, what is it that you are seeing? Like, what is it that I am missing?
But it's funny because it happens on the micro level, like in a marriage, where labor becomes unequal when there's children, and even when there's not.
Yeah.
And that only exacerbates over time, and the man cannot see all that's really going into this. But then it transposes onto like the bigger picture. Right. Like our government can't figure out what might mothers need. Part of the reason is because they don't have a single mother in the room when they're making these decisions. They're not asking a single mom. We'll say that we're doing this for mothers, but never consulted. Like we're not considered people who know what we might need. Yeah. Don't ask women.
Yeah. Well, in social work, we have a phrase we use for this called nothing about us without us. Like, please stop making policies about our lives and how it affects us without us giving you actual testimony and actual witness to what that has felt like, right?
Yeah.
And so many of our policy systems have been set up that way. So I think in a weird way, what happens is having a kid as a man is a status booster.
Yes.
So to have a child or have a family, it will give you more responsibility or more promotions or more opportunity because they see you as responsible.
Right.
Whereas the same woman in the field will get less opportures, because like, oh, you're not here. You're not taking this seriously.
You're not dedicated to the work outside the home now. You have a kid.
And then
because we made those worlds separate.
We've made them
children aren't allowed in spaces where decisions are being made. Children aren't allowed in most spaces. And if you exclude children from spaces, you exclude parents and mostly women and moms as well.
And the quiet part out loud is that creates a competition. Women or moms are coming to husbands or dads and saying, I need help.
Yeah.
We hear that as criticism. Because like, I'm doing all the things I was told to do. Why can't you hold your piece?
Everything.
Why can't you just hold everything?
Yeah.
But we don't know it's everything. We're actually missing it.
Yeah.
I think COVID hadn't happened. I don't know that I would have fully uploaded the full extent of what you were carrying.
Yeah.
Because I knew it was more than me, but I didn't know how much more it was.
Yeah.
It wasn't until I was here, like, watching it. I was like, oh, like, this really is 24/7. It's not that you're here 24/7. The work is 24/7.
We have 4 kids.
We have 4.
The idea that you would, it'd be like, oh, this is 24/7.
When men hear 24/7, I think sometimes we are thinking, oh, yeah, you're present.
Yeah.
Because that's what we would do. We'd just be in the house with them.
Kids are alive.
Yeah, they're on their screen or they're doing whatever. Or I told them to go outside. It was, maybe not even bad things, but I'm not going to be practically engaged to the same level that somebody who is an active caregiver would be.
Yeah, there's something called secondary caregiving. Yes. That's actually really healthy for the kids to be doing something on their own while there's a parent nearby but not necessarily involved. Anyway,
that's
true. But it's also really important for there to be a responsive caregiver, which means they are on call if something goes wrong or if a child needs help.
That language is so helpful. Yeah. A lot of us guys think of ourselves as secondary caregivers and can't imagine what it would be like to be an actual primary.
Responsive.
Right?
Yeah,
responsive.
And really high quality responsive.
Yeah.